Welcome back to my channel. In case you weren't aware, the used car market has been absolutely insane since the pandemic. The price of the average used vehicle being sold at dealerships has gone up from $19,000 up to almost $29,000. That represents almost a 50% increase. I can guarantee you that the used cars they're selling are not any better than they used to be. But people are still buying these used cars because there's not that many cars out there. The average inventory at dealerships has also substantially dropped in the past 2 years since the pandemic. And even the cheaper cars, the cars sold at auctions, have also gone up a lot. So you may be thinking, why has there been such a drastic change in this? There aren't that many more people that want to drive cars. The population's roughly the same. It seems like the car prices should be the same. However, it all got messed up when the pandemic happened. And the manufacturers being shut down, the amount of new cars being made dropped instantly. After the amount of new cars available dropped, then the people who want a car say, hey, I need a car, I need to drive. I can't buy a new car, I'll buy a nice used car. The people who used to buy nice used cars now have to buy average used cars, and the people who used to buy average used cars now have to buy bad used cars, and the people who used to buy bad used cars just can't really buy cars anymore, or they just find a car that barely runs and they have to settle with it. Since there has been so much demand for the used cars, the people selling an average used car are now selling it for the price of a nice used car, and so on. So you might think, hey, I don't want to pay that much for a used car, it's not worth it. I'll just buy a new car. And while that sounds like a great idea, it really doesn't work out. For two main reasons. The first reason is that new cars are selling for well above their sticker price. Ford might say this car is worth $30,000, but the dealership knows that they can sell it for $33,000. If you want a new car, you're going to have to pay $33,000. You might think, okay, I can deal with it. I want a new car. Well, that really sucks because actually you have to pay 10% more than the sticker price, and we can't get it to you for 6 more months. So if you really needed the car now, that's just too bad because we don't have it. And yeah, we'll still take your money, but you can't have your car for another 6 months. So if your car is falling apart, I guess you can Uber. And all of that combined has caused the used car price to skyrocket. Some people might think that since the used car market is so high, it's a perfect time to sell your car. My response is yes and no. So, if you have an extra car that you are not using and you don't need anymore, for example, I guess if you had a truck that you used to move stuff around with and then you had a daily driver, you can sell the truck and it will make sense because you're going to get as much money for that truck as you're ever going to get right now. However, if you just have one car, that's just not going to work out because you're going to have to overpay for the new car you get. Another example that could work is if you sell your car and you live somewhere like New York City and you just decide owning a car is not for me right now. Gas prices are too high and the car is worth a lot, so I'll just sell it. So if you can live without a car, then selling it would make sense too. So if you're wondering when will cars go back to normal, and the real answer is never. It will never go back to what we're used to. The prices will always be a bit inflated. However, KPMG predicts that by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, there will be enough new vehicle production to meet the market, which will lead to used cars going down in value. They are currently predicting a 20 to 30% drop in used car prices from what they are now. If you need a car today, there really aren't too many tips and tricks. You're just going to have to pay more for the car. And I would advise getting a used car because finding a new car today will be very difficult. However, if you do find one, you're going to pay over sticker price. But if you can, I would strongly advise holding out another 5 to 6 months with your car and wait for the car market to drop down a bit. Leave it down in the comment section below what you think the car market will do. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching my video.